Hey, everybody. So thank you so much for coming. So we're CoinFellow. We are the very first AI agent that is capable of research, execution, and on-chain automation of any on-chain action. So today I'm going to talk to you about why AI agents are going to completely replace the Dapps layer, which might be a little bit of a controversial thesis, but I hope I inspire you for the future of Ethereum. So a little bit of background for myself. I previously served as head of product and then lead of operations for MetaMask. I am the inventor of the wallet business model for growing and monetizing the MetaMask wallet. And this product and our thinking for crypto user experience is the product of seeing what the challenges were in building both MetaMask and scaling Ethereum to broader audiences. Part of our thesis is that the Dapps model for how people use Ethereum and how people use crypto is a fundamentally saturated model. That what we've seen in 2022, that was essentially the total addressable market of the people who will be able to use Ethereum in the Dapps way of using a browser extension, injecting JavaScript into websites. That model, we've basically seen it. If we go back 10 years and we think about the use cases that we were trying to build on Ethereum, they are very diverse. They were very interesting, and if you go down the list from DevCon 10 years ago, I think you'll find that almost none of these user experiences or use cases have delivered what we as Ethereans believed that they would be. And we look at how people are using AI, and we have like pump funds mayhem mode for faking volume on tokens, or CZ tweeting about world's greatest casino. And we look at where the adoption curve is, and so that this is prices compared to users. So we see user adoption declining. We see asset prices increasing, although they're very decreased from the time that this slide was created. And so this is a really alarming adoption curve that looks sort of like the Linux adoption curve. And the Linux adoption curve was an adoption curve that won hegemony. All of the entire web and the internet, they run on Linux, but we never succeeded in breaking into the user layer. We ceded the user layer to proprietary centralized tech. And so when we have built this product, our goal is to shift things back to the internet's adoption curve, and one that can maintain the cypherpunk values of Ethereum. So why is this possible now? So CoinFellow has brought together a few different technologies. One, we have 7702 and the Pectra upgrade that allow us to upgrade EOA accounts to smart accounts. That means that the existing liquidity and the main problem of inertia for creating a new user layer is actually upgradable. And we can now get permissions through two EIPs, 7715 and 7710, to get delegations and permissions from the user's existing wallet to automate certain things or to use assets in ways that the user has tight control over, to delegate permission to an agent. And that has been brought together with 8004 and 8083 to create things like registries of AI agents, registries of verified contracts. And we have models that are frankly fantastic and that are way better than what we had even 3 months ago. So we've built a product that we've launched here at EthCC that is the very first general purpose AI agent for doing any on-chain action. It gives you a self-sovereign agentic environment that allows you to call any contract, any on-chain action, and to do so through an interface that looks very familiar to a mainstream audience. It is an experience that is mobile first. the DApp layer never translated to mobile. If you were to look at the stats of products like MetaMask or other browser extension-based wallets, these products work very well in desktop environments, especially for DeFi professionals. But the translation of using a mobile interface for accessing Dapps has fundamentally just not happened. Dapps do not work well on mobile. It's not a problem of let's make the mobile wallet slightly better. We need completely new agentic interfaces for doing this. So CoinFollow is a product you see here on the right. We provide you a chat-based interface. You can do things like, say, a simple prompt, like let's swap some USDC for ETH. When you do that, it is not just a raw chat experience. It is one that gives you familiar interfaces like a swap UI element or other UI elements that are relevant to the action that you're taking, but that stay within the context of your mobile app or your web app. And you can access any DeFi contract. You can do any on-chain action. You can access any DeFi protocol. Anything that you can do with a Dapp, you can do through a single chat interface. It completely replaces the Dapp front end. And it can both carry out execution of individual actions, or it can automate specific actions. So we have an example here. By the way, we have a OpenClaw or an agent skill that you can use with OpenClaw or Claude or whatever product that you're using it with, and you can define specific actions. So we have a range of them here. So the agent is making a proactive suggestion that the USDC Aave position is approaching liquidation. Do you want to add liquidity? And then the user is approving a transaction to add 200 USDC to that Aave position. Or it can also, you have an agent that can understand context, that can break things down for you. And so a user could say something like, sell all my meme coins to buy more ETH. And the agent then tries to figure out what are the meme coins in this user's wallet that they want to get out of a meme coin positions because meme coins are declining. So it comes back and it says, I think your meme coins are SHIB, Pepe, Brett, and Pengu. Do you want me to sell these for? The user approves that and an on-chain action happens. This is a much more accessible way. And it also means that you can bring your own front end. So we have tools for developers to either you can consume our agent as an 8004 agent, or you can bring your own front end using our CLI product. And this is available today. Not every single one of these automations is available today, but they will be very, very soon. So to make this happen, there's two things that make this type of product possible. One, we're both getting delegations from your existing wallet using 7710 and 7715. We also deploy, for users that don't already have a wallet, you can deploy the MetaMask Smart Account Kit. This is an embeddable smart account. It's a new product from MetaMask, and you can deploy this directly from within our product. And you can actually deploy this smart wallet and then use that smart wallet for ongoing transactions as well. And then the second part that is really important is that the agent needs to run in a trusted execution environment that is self-sovereign. It is not enough. I mean, there are different layers of security. We need to secure what the agent is allowed to do on chain through those two EIPs that I mentioned. But we also need to make sure that the model that is being run is the model that the user consented to run, and that the agentic environment is one that is controlled by the user. We don't want to create a new layer of custodial and centralization that represents a profound security risk to the user. So this is a little bit what an agentic onboarding journey looks like. So in our approach, we have the user sign up either with their existing wallet or deploy a new smart wallet through SSO credentials. If you have brought an existing wallet, the agent can get context on your wallet. So it can start making what we call smart move suggestions. So it can mention that you have certain assets that you're not earning yield on, or where a place where you could earn greater yield. And you can use this for discovery of new opportunities. Our system prompts are increasingly being developed in a way where we consider this like a rabbit hole deepening protocol. So the user has maybe done a small subset of what's possible in DeFi today. The agent can look at that and start making suggestions about new ways that you could be using your assets, or take you deeper into your DeFi journey. And then any action that you want to approve or that you propose, you're going to be able to review that in a human decipherable way. The agent presents you a plan, and then you approve that. Similar to what many people are familiar with today. We do have some users who ask for like a full degen mode without approvals, and maybe that'll be behind a toggle or something someday. But this architecture requires multiple agents, multiple models in an architecture where different agents are reviewing and simulating transactions and proposing them. The agent needs to have DeFi native context and memory. It needs to learn from your behaviors and improve those over time. It needs specific evals that make on-chain actions possible. So you can see those through our OpenClaw skill, or our agent skill, I should say, which is available. And then the models themselves, and where we're going is that the large models that we see today, they need to be pruned for use case specific things. We don't need the history of cooking in our AI models. We need smaller models that are specifically for on-chain actions, and then those models to be improved with LoRa and Dora datasets. This also points to, Vitalik was speaking about the AI hegemon problem at DevConnect at the end of last year. We're seeing increasingly things moving towards personal agents, and this is the embodiment of cypherpunk values applied to AI agents. And so we do see a future where people will be able to completely run their own agents. We're not there today, but we are quickly getting there. And when we combine delegations and permissions through the 7710 and 7715 model, then we get to a place where what the agent is able to do is only the things that the user has decided that their agent can do. And I have a typo there, 8004 agents. But we are getting to a much better place. And then from the developer side, we have the A00 flywheel, the A004 flywheel. So a user can, CoinFellow or another party that's developing an agent, you should register your agents in A004. Our agent will consume your agent. We're not going to be the best. We're a general purpose agent at every action you want to do. So our agent will consume other agents that do a copy trading bot or any use case of that other people are building for their agents. And then our agent aggregates those, or your agent can also call our agent and use it for its own skills. So we are available today. We launched this publicly 2 days ago. So please go and give CoinFellow a try. It's coinfellow.com. It is still an alpha build, and there are many things we are rapidly improving. But we want your feedback. We want to work together with people. We're working with a number of wallets, DeFi protocols, other people like that who are also embedding and using our agent within their products. So this is a really exciting thing for us to work together with the developer ecosystem. And also as an end user, you can use this directly yourself. You can use it on mobile. It solves a lot of the UX problems on mobile. And happy to take any questions. Let's think. Yes, you first.
Hi, you said during the presentation that it was deterministic and auditable. AI is notoriously non-deterministic. Yeah. What steps have you taken to make sure that that is true?
Yeah, so that is our where we are getting to. We are working with trusted execution environment providers. I don't want to name the specific one at the moment, but we've been working with people that are doing like you may have read about like EigenAI's products, for example, that provide a verifiable AI environment that operates very differently than a vanilla LLM running in a hosted environment. There are others that are also doing that, and so we're working with multiple partners to try to figure out the best way to solve that problem. That is not where we are today, but we do believe that that is essential to where we're going. And then there was another question here and then here. Yes, sir.
Kind of a follow-up to the first question. What risks are you introducing by doing this layering?
Yeah.
And are there any risks of errors?
Yes. Yeah, so it is a radically different security model. And so if we look at the status quo of where we are today versus what CoinFellow introduces or other people who are building similar products, we do believe that this is profoundly more secure than what people are experiencing today. Like while we're here at ETHCC, Steakhouse, the front end was hacked. It points at malicious contracts. That seems to happen on a monthly basis through DNS hacks, through phishing exploits, and those sort of things. So there are new risks in the agentic world where you have the risk of an AI agent hallucinating or doing something that you don't want it to do. That is our entire product work has been focused on solving that problem. That's why we've adopted this multi-agent and multi-model architecture and tried to do everything that we can to simulate transactions and to have user review and approval of transactions before they happen. There's also other attack surfaces like people trying to train models to intentionally hallucinate, and we're building mechanisms for those as well. But basically, what we've done is created an entire layer of different security things that make doing this far safer. It is an early alpha, so today, it's totally fine to expose a small amount of funds and experiment and break things, and we'll have learnings. But generally speaking, today we have very, very few issues that we ever see of hallucinations, and we've been working on this product for about 9 months to get it to that place. Yes.
How do you intend to deal with constraints which come with AI models? Let's say, like you said, you want to train or you want your models to know how the user acts and to learn from him. So usually models use to compact contexts.
Yes.
When they got big. So how do you intend to deal with such constraints?
So if I understand your question, I think you're saying like I think this is like another variation of like AI hallucinations. Am I understanding you?
It's actually contexts usually have a limited size.
Oh, I see.
Once they
Yeah.
reach the size, the answers derived from a compacted context are usually not as precise anymore as from the original context. So do you have any plans or mechanisms to compensate such? I mean, a user would probably notice once in a while that the quality of answers is not.
Yeah.
So how would you deal with that?
Yeah. So today, I think when we look at on-chain actions, the amount of context that's used is significantly less than like if you're using a product like Claude or like a general broad agent. We have not had a lot of problems of like filled context today, but our goal is to add to rely on very small models and to to rely on a multi-agent architecture. We are iterating quickly, so many problems to solve. Any other questions? Yes.
Are you fine-tuning the model, or are you building it from scratch?
We fine tune open source models. I think the level of effort and requirement for creating foundational models is beyond the capabilities of startups in our space today. But also, it's not really needed in my perspective. Like fine tuning models is fantastic, and yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
One more question. Kind of, it's the flip side of the risk. Are you thinking about doing something, I call it semantic firewalls, where you would be sensing what the user is typing and prevent them, or ask them again, are you sure you want to do this? Because you know that this contract is maybe risky or something like that.
Yes. So that's one of the main use cases also. I mean, we want to get to a place where the agent also is explaining risks around specific contracts and can tell things like this is everything from this is a brand new protocol to this contract has a reentrancy exploit to this contract this contract is at risk from some sort of like a rug behavior. It does simulations of behaviors, and today it relies on public ABIs, so it can only do that in contracts that are verified. But we think we can actually get to a place where even that is not necessary, and where we can do that kind of risk analysis on any contract. Sorry, say that again. Yeah, please. I'd love to hear.
Thank you for the presentation. Now it's finished.
Thank you so much, everybody.